New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.
Good morning and good afternoon or evening, wherever you are in the world. I'm Gina and I am blessed to be the host of the Peace Circle. We come together on Monday evenings where I am in Rhode Island and we talk about this thing called peace. We come together to cultivate and be the change we wish to see in the world. So for the next hour, I am grateful to have you here with us. And tonight's topic is something that right now I think is so important to remember. It is remembering, and that's the key to it, is to be in that knowing. Divine power. That's what we're going to talk about today, is divine power. That ultimate truth. That is, whether I'm paying attention to it or not, it is that truth that gives me the ability to create life as I choose it and not be distracted by everything in front of me. That's what the Peace Circle is all about, is being in that place of creating that world that we wish to achieve. And we always begin with my poem, I Too Have a Dream. In my dream, too, we all are equal, and nor color, religion, nor income defines who we are. Neither country nor region defines us as kin. Whether 2 legs or 4, plant or animal, we were all created of the one Creator, with no greater claim to borrow this beautiful earth. In my dream, we all are one, treating each other with love and respect, and living in peace. We are all truly awake, knowing our purpose. To share love and joy, to uplift each other, and in doing so, uplift ourselves. In my dream, we each remember and appreciate each other and truly understand that all is well. And that's what, to me, that's what it's all about. Hello, Judy. Peace to you as well. Thank you for being here. Thank you all. This is live and I would love to hear from you. So wherever you are, feel free to send comments and questions, whatever it may be. And as we go through, we listen to music, we spend some time contemplating different aspects of the topic for the night. And again, that topic this evening is divine power. We're at a place in our world where things sometimes look, well, often look haywire. And it's so easy to get distracted. And, that's one of the things that I wanted to read today is actually from Daily Word. It's from March 22nd. And the topic is power. And it says, I take dominion over my thoughts, words, and actions. The power of God protects me. Today I hear with renewed understanding this line from James Dillard Freeman's prayer for protection. In a growing awareness of oneness with my source, I realize that the power of God works through me and as me, rather than simply in me, for me. So I'm just going to read that again. In a growing awareness of oneness with my source, I realize that the power of God works through me and as me, rather than simply in me, for me. I embody divine power by choosing words that affirm the truth that I am a spiritual being as I navigate the valleys and peaks of my human experience. By expressing my power, I am claiming dominion over my words and thoughts. I affirm statements of truth while releasing negative thoughts and ideas. I think and speak with the authority of my Christ presence. I think and speak from the I am within me. Think of the power of that if we all lived from that I am presence within. So, right here, we get that opportunity to reset. And this past week, we've had a lot of challenges over the past couple of years, but this past week has been what may seem like an assault of freedom. And the truth is that that is a divine power, that is a divine attribute that cannot be touched. So, to this hour, I want to make sure that we come to this place of knowing peace in the world. Our power stands when we are coming from that place of strength, and our strength is divine. Our strength isn't, I believe. Our strength is that knowing, that power, that presence, that love that acts accordingly. It acts in a place of flow. It is Spirit's divine calling unfolding perfectly. And when we remember that, amazing things happen. Bonnie, thanks for being here. Yes, living from the I am presence. And we can do that. We get an opportunity to be that powerful being when we reconnect. And that's what we're here to do. When we come to this peace circle, we come together to be that change. I chose this background, that infinite power, because that is the beings that the I am that each one is. And when we remember that power, anything is possible. But it's remembering. I absolutely love this quote. The body itself is a screen to shield and partially reveal the light that is blazing inside your presence. Think about that. There is light blazing in your presence. So, what are you doing? How are you allowing that to unfold? What does that look like? What does that feel like? It's easy to be outraged when we see things that seem so unconscionable. And yet, when we are in that place of anger, frustration, yes, it's a good thing to change. Yes, there's good there. And at the same time, there's a victim to it. When we are in that place that someone is doing something to me, it's as if someone has taken my power away. Power is divine right. It cannot be touched. So when I live from that I am knowingness, what would love do? What does that look like? I don't want to be angry. I absolutely love I love Mother Teresa. And she said, when I was once asked why I don't participate in anti-war demonstrations. And I said that I will never do that. But as soon as you have a pro-peace rally, I'll be there. So we know that what we are giving our energy to is what expands. So right here, right now, let's give our energy to love. Let's allow our I am presence to be at the surface. And as you listen to this song, this beautiful song by Gary Lynn Floyd, that is Love Cover Me, allow any anger to just wash away. Any fear that someone could take something from you that is an inherent right. Recognize duality versus the oneness that we choose. See, in duality on the outside, yes, there's so many distractions. But in that oneness, that one real power, that's where change is made. So let's let love wash over us and be in that place of peace where the answers are.
As time has unfolded me, it has revealed to me life's nothing less than sublime. With every thought I make, every last breath I take, may I be gracious and kind. Love, I invite you to open up this heart of mine. Love, cover me, light any darkness. Love, cover me, right every wrong. Cause me to see love over hatred. Guide me to be faithful and strong. Love, cover me. Love, cover me. Kindness wash over me, make me a symphony. Play every note you can find. Make me reverberate, gently deactivate, slowly flow out of my mind. Find me a melody, dance and let my anthem be. Love, cover me, light any darkness. Love, cover me, right every wrong. Cause me to see love over hatred. Guide me to be faithful and strong. Love, cover me. 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 I will not be shaken. I will not be moved. Love, cover me. May my heart awaken, tenderness be proved. Love, cover me. Love, cover me. Love, 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 love. Love, 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 love. Love, I invite you to open up this heart of mine. Love, cover me, light any darkness. Love, cover me, right every wrong. Cause me to see love over hatred. Guide me to be faithful and strong. Love cover me. Love cover me. Love cover me. Love cover me. Love, 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 love. Love, 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 love.
Yes, love cover me. And I love that. In one of the lines, he says, let my anthem be, love cover me. So what is our anthem? I truly believe that everybody should have their own theme song. And my belief in that is, what is it that you choose to remember regardless of circumstance? So for me, it's This Little Light of Mine. That's my theme song. That's my personal anthem. To remember that, my light can shine and light others' light. What is yours? Think about that. Love cover me. And then he goes on to say, cause me to see love over hatred. So when I am in that place of seeing separation, experiencing it as if it's real, because we are in this world, not of it, but in it. We are physical bodies having, we really are that infinite experience, that infinite soul wrapped up in this temporary body, this vessel. And we've been talking about the body for a theme in CSL this month. And it's important that we remember the physical body exists that the soul may be able to function on this plane. Body is not an unreality, quite the reverse. It's a divine and perfect reality when rightly understood. So the physical is perfect when rightly understood. So it's possible that even these seeming frustrations, difficulties, problems, whatever you may call it, even that, this past Friday, the Supreme Court, if somebody that may be watching this at another time other than live right now, the Supreme Court came down with the reversal of Roe versus Wade. And there are so many emotions about it. I know I have so many emotions. And just that morning, I had been in prayer and contemplation, and in a reading had this epiphany. And that's the gift of spiritual tools, that when you do them, things come to you. You read something differently one day, and all of a sudden, it means something different. And I had this awareness, I want to live life in the flow. I want that power to course through me, to move in the direction of my dreams. And if I'm not in the flow, there's a seeming blockage. That blockage is never in divine. The spirit only knows flow. It only knows power. So if I am not moving in any direction, I thought of a sink. I have a sink that's backed up, that the water barely goes down. And in that, knowing there's a blockage somewhere. So if there's a part of my life that I'm seeing duality, that I am seeing there's a seeming blockage, it's in me, mentally, physically. Within my consciousness, there is something holding back. And it was just this wow moment, knowing that I get to change that the power is within me. And I want to say maybe an hour after that, I turned on the news and saw that news. And, it was crushing. Knowing it was coming didn't prepare me. I was just in awe at the thought of our Supreme Court taking away a right. Just taking it away. And it really struck me. And I was stuck in that for a bit, and it wasn't comfortable. And there was anger and sadness and grief and fear and so many emotions. I allowed it to block my power in that moment. And the truth is that power is always there, just like a light switch. If we don't turn it on, you're sitting in the dark. If we don't connect, then there is no power. And in those moments when life is that shock, we can feel like that power is missing. It is not missing. I just need to reconnect. And I need to go within, and I need to really be in that place of not just contemplation, but knowing that I know that there is only one, and that one directs me in every way, provides for me and for each one, and that freedom is a divine attribute. And I was given the thought of Nelson Mandela in that moment of knowing that regardless of how far back, how many years did he spend in prison, and yet ended up as a president. He went from prisoner to president. And that is certainly not anything that is in human terms possible. That is a divine appointment. That is a divine flow and allowing. That's what that is. So I wanted to just, anytime that I do just about anything, I go back to our textbook, because this is, our little, it's like our Bible and Science of Mind. And I wanted to know, what is the definition? What is it? Ernest Holmes, you can see all my flags when from studying through it. What is the definition of power? The energy by which everything lives. Okay, think about that. Everything lives. It's not some things. It's the energy that everything lives. Okay? The medium of spirit is the great mental law of the universe, the universal law of mind. It is the one medium through which all law and power operate. And man's creative power, and woman's creative power, is marvelous. For every time he thinks, she sets the law in motion. As our thought sets the law in motion, it is specialized. It is specializing it for some definite purpose. So as when we think, whether it's positive, negative, whatever we think about, we are setting that law in motion for definite purpose. This should give to all a sense of freedom and a realization that there is neither competition nor monopoly. It leaves each to work out his own salvation, not with fear and trembling, but with a calm sense of peace and assurance. Again, a calm sense of peace and assurance. Man or woman may transmute as much of the infinite energy into degrees of power as we chooses to. So we can transmute that power, that energy, as we choose. And it goes on to say mental and spiritual healing and demonstrations for other than physical healing. The practitioner knows within himself the truth about his patient. So the practitioner, which is anyone that is treating, that is knowing, that is praying, is choosing consciously, knows within themselves the truth. And that patient could be ourselves, it can be someone that we're praying for, but we know that truth. And that self-knowingness rises into the consciousness of the patient or that whom we're praying for. We treat a person not as a patient, not only in the physical body, not as a disease condition, neither do we treat the disease as belonging to them. We do not think of the disease as being connected to them, nor a part of them. The practitioner realizes that we are born of spirit and not of matter. Spirit is changeless, perfect, and complete. We realize this until we see the patient as living the embodiment of perfection. So we know that we know. Our power is that we know, we claim, we live in with conviction. So it's knowing that I know and knowing that the power that created me is aligning. So when we treat for someone, when we do a treatment, or when we're praying, and we do that here on this network, 8:15 a.m. and p.m. every day, 10:15 a.m. where I am on the East Coast, it's Mountain Time, is 8:15. So we have a prayer team, and twice a day we know that truth. We claim that truth. So regardless of the distractions on the outside, the seeming duality, truth is truth, and truth is freedom. So we get to choose that again and again. Linda says, I am old enough that she marched and worked in her late teens and early 20s for women to have the right to control their own bodies. Never imagined it would be overturned. I admit having difficulty applying science and mind principles to this situation right now. Yes, Linda, yes. Thank you for saying it. And I did too. I was given a message on Sunday, and I'll tell you, Friday, I was looking at this stuff and I'm like, nope, there was nothing I could do. I couldn't look at it. I couldn't pretend. I wasn't there. And it's so important to know that, to know where we are and do what we need to realign. And that's really what it comes down to. We get to realign. There is one. And when I get caught up in what it looks like or what it feels like, I can stay there for quite some time. So just like, love cover me, I invite you to be here in this place now and know that as it was cleared, the path was cleared then, the path will be cleared now. There is good here. I don't know what it is, and I can't see it in the moment, but I know that it's there. I know that part of me that is divine, that power, that presence, that truth is still there, and that I am in that power, divinely guided. So I invite us to be in this place. And, I love this song by Eddie Watkins Jr. What would love do now? So when I am enraged, when I am in that place of frustration and can't get out of that because I'm just feeling stuck, that's what I go to. Go to love. Go to love.
Just before you say something you can't take away, take a breath and let it out. Try to think about what would love do now. Wondering if you should cross that line for good. Whatever you decide, ask yourself from inside, what would love do now? Everything is either an act of love or a cry for love. That's why for love we try for love. In the end, that's all we know that's real. Whether right or wrong doesn't matter, just as long as you let your heart decide. Ask yourself from inside, what will love do now? everything is either an act of love or a cry for love. That's why for love we die for love. In the end, that's all we know that's real. Whether right or wrong doesn't matter, just as long as you let your heart decide. Ask yourself from inside, what would love do? Sing it from inside with me, y'all. What would love do now? Let me hear you sing it, people.
What would love do now?
Sing it one more time for me, y'all.
What would love
Do now. Thank you.
So what would love do now? In those moments, in those times where things don't look as I would choose for them to. This is actually from Louise Hay's book, Heart Thoughts, which I love. And it's on the topic of peace. It says, I am at the center of peace. I affirm the following: the outer world does not touch me. I am in charge of my own being. I guard my inner world, for it is there that I create. I do whatever I need to do to keep my inner world peaceful. My inner peace is essential for my health and well-being. I go within and find that space where all is quiet and serene. I may see it as peaceful, deep, quiet pool surrounded by green grass and tall, silent trees. I may feel it as white, billowy clouds upon which I lie and be caressed. I may hear it as flowing, delightful music, soothing my senses. No matter how I choose to experience my inner space, I find peace. At the center of peace, I am. I am the pureness and stillness of the center of my creative process. In peace, I create. In peace, I live and move and have my experience of life. Because I keep myself centered in inner peace, I have peace in my outer world. Again, because I keep myself centered in inner peace, I have peace in my outer world. Although others may have discord and chaos, it does not touch me, for I declare peace up for myself. Although there may be some madness all around me, I am calm and peaceful. The universe is one great order of peacefulness, and I reflect this in my every moment of life. The stars and the planets do not need to be worried or fearful in order to maintain their heavenly orbits. Nor does chaotic thinking contribute to my peaceful existence in life. I choose to express peacefulness, for I am peace, and so it is. For I am peace, and so it is. So we get that opportunity when these seeming conflicts come up to go within and to say, okay, what do I choose it to look like? I can journal. I can use my spiritual tools. I can even vision. What is spirit calling forth from me? What is mine to do? And in a place of anger or frustration, that's never the time to move forward. When we're in that place of, I'll show you, that is not the time. But it's knowing the power within that creates. And Bonnie says, if anything, I'm empowered by the Supreme Court ruling, allows me to really stand for what I believe and fight for what I believe. It reminds me that I am living my life on purpose and I know my purpose. Spirit walks with me and stands with me. Yes, Bonnie, not just with you, but as you. You are that I am. You are showing up as divine today. And that is a gift to know. Think about that. What can possibly stand against that presence? So it's being in the moment, but not of it. It's not what I call falling in. There's often dramas that happen in life. That I have this, for me, I call it the drama pool. There it is. There's this pool, and people are always inviting me in, but I don't have to jump in. I have learned that once I'm in, it's hard to get out, and it's hard to let it. When I come out, I am covered, and it is not where I want to be. So I get to leave the drama aspects of it out, and I can choose to go within and be in that peace, be in that love. We get an opportunity to look at things in different ways. And, in the flow of non-resistance, amazing things happen. And, when we look at our Congress and Senate, clearly we can see what resistance looks like, because one is fighting the other constantly and nothing gets done. So what do we do? How do we envision a world that works for everyone? And that's what we do. We come here and we are in that place of peace. See, I don't have to be the one that makes the change physically, but I can contribute to a higher vibration, because everything is energy, and I know that. I can fuel love and diffuse chaos. I can be the presence of peace and create more of it. Because chaos is confusion. It's not trying to go in a direction. It just doesn't know what to do. I get to be that choice for peace. And that's what we come here to do, to cultivate it first within us as individuals, then to go into our families and be a change agent with our friends and the people in our lives, within our spiritual communities and regular communities. And then we can move forward in life and see the ripples of good that unfold. So when we have an idea, we can be that change. And you have that power within you. There are times within the peace circle even that I've done many different types of rituals and been to, and I love them. And they're often very, silent, or there's different types of ways to go about it. But things that make me think help me. Those examples help me to see where in my life change is needed. When I am uncomfortable, that's a place for change or healing. That's where the flow is not happening. When there is emotional or physical pain, there's healing to be revealed. And we can go within and we can be in that place and know that that one power will do it. I don't have to know the how. See, that's the beauty of treatment, that when we pray, it's a 5-step process, and the how is not up to me. That's up to the law. There is love and there is law. And when I stand and I am that love, when I am that peace, that power, how it's used isn't up to me. Yes, there are things that I can do and I can step forward, but when I do it in a place of force, nothing happens. When I do it in a place of love, amazing things unfold. And it's important to remember that everything is about the how and the why behind it is not mine. It's just letting it happen. I have a poem called Power versus Force, and I'd like to share it with you. Its power is inherent in strength. Fear is inborn of force. Power is allowing spirit to flow through me. Force is pushing it away. Power is the overflowing of abundance. Force coerces the way. Power is grace in bloom, while force is a crushing blow. Power unfolds in perfection. Force breaks down the door. Power is a glorious embrace. Force traps and holds without choice. Power sees the internal rewards. Force seeks bigger trophies. Power's opulence is inherent, while force bullies respect. Power glows and excites. Force burns and destroys. Power surges effortlessly. Force pries between to separate. Power grows eternally, while force is scarcity at its core. Power is God's will in motion. Force is want in action. Power rests into life. Force rests from desire. Power is a peaceful understanding. Force thrusts its view upon the world. God is powerful. Force is when I don't listen again. And we all have those moments that we want it. I want it my way. I want it now. I want it to look like this. And we do everything we can to fight. And fighting is resistance. And resistance blocks flow. So what am I choosing? And how am I walking into it? I need not be against anything, but simply be for peace, for love, for spirit, and move in as a change agent, as love. So the last song I'm going to play tonight is one that I do love. It's called The Power of One. Yes, each one has the power to be that change agent in the world. The power of one.
What if it all depended on me to change the world, change the world? What if my only responsibility was to change the world, change the world? Let me be the one to start a revolution. Let me sing my song to the people of the world. It all begins with one, the power of one, joining with hundreds and millions of people believing it's one, power of one. Don't hang around, stand up or sit down, just believe we can change the world together. We can change the world together. What kind of love can conquer diseases and change the world, change the world? What can I do to make poverty history and change the world, change the world? Let me be the one to start a revolution. Let me sing my song to the people of the world, to the children of the world. And please don't close your eyes. Please don't turn away. Just let your voices rise and put love on display so you can make a difference now. Do you believe that we can make a difference now? Oh, 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 it all begins with one. Oh, 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 it all begins with one. Oh, 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 it all begins with one. Oh, 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 it all begins with one.
Yes, we can make a difference together. And it's in that power, that one, that we are really claiming that, knowing that. So being in the power of one, in that oneness, we step back from that picture of duality, that picture of them versus us or me. It's not fighting, but coming to a place of knowing what is mine to do. And we can change the world together through peace, through love, through right action. Not as a victim, not in anger. Moving forward in a peaceful, loving way. And knowing that when we stand up, we are heard. When we come together, there is a strength. One of the greatest forces on earth is water. It has infinite power, and it can crumble anything, including mountains. Yet, when we turn on a faucet, we wouldn't think that. When there's that trickle of a drop, no big deal. But it goes around and above and below, and it gets everywhere. And eventually, it goes through anything. It's that persistence. The mighty part of us is that divine power. And the last page I'm going to read is out of Creative Ideas by Ernest Holmes. And the page is, I am free of all limitation. Divine intelligence produces everything, nourishes everything, and maintains everything. It spreads itself over everything. It flows through everything and is in all things. Indeed, being all that is, there can be nothing outside of it. So in such a degree as we understand God, we become liberated. We need to recognize the divine in everything to see it everywhere. There's a mystical presence which pervades the universe. It is always welling up in our consciousness, ever more proclaiming itself as the source of all. The Bible says that there is one God, one Father of all, who is above all, through all, and in you all. I know that that which I am is God in me, as me. In this knowledge, I know that my spirit is free of all limitations. I know that my mind knows this truth about myself. My thought is now affirmed by my divine source. My thoughts are free of ideas of limitation, and they cease hindering the outflow of the indwelling presence. Again, they cease hindering the outflow of the indwelling presence. As I know and declare the truth of my real nature, there becomes manifest in my thinking and experience the perfection and wholeness of God, which rightfully belongs to me. I am free with the freedom of God, and all things in my life are good. I am free with the freedom of God. There is that part of each one that is untouched, absolutely perfect, whole and complete always. And when we live from that I am present, when we see that, when we know that, when we live that, miracles happen. So in the coming together for whatever may need to be changed, it's coming together in and as love from that highest place within us. It's not fighting fire with fire. Everybody gets burned. It's being love and moving forward that makes miracles happen, divine appointments created, like Nelson Mandela going from prisoner to president. It's knowing that miracles abound. It's knowing in peace and prayer and in joyful expectation. That's how we pray. It's a knowing. It's a trusting. It's faith. And we know when we're there because we are peaceful. You know, are we in that place of rest? Or are we in that place of trying to wrest something out of it? Force and coerce. I need not be against. Just know what I'm for. And consciously create the life that Spirit has me here for. Living and breathing and creating through and as me and as each one as we go. So thank you for being here with me tonight on this walkthrough, on this divine power discussion of knowing who and whose we are and being in that place. And I invite you I'd love to hear your comments or any questions. I would love to hear any suggestions for different topics. Reach out. You can find me on Facebook. You can email me, Gina@cslboston.org, and reach out and just say hello even. Know that we are here on this network to be the change we wish to see in the world. And I thank you for being here with us. Know that if there's something that you've heard that has helped you in some way, let people know about the network, that there is good news out there. If you've been touched and you feel so called, go to ntmedia.org and click on the donate button. There is so much good here. You know, we have amazing things that are unfolding. And there's actually 3 new shows coming up just in the next week, which is amazing. So I really do encourage you to, be here and know and, celebrate the power that you are. Know that Spirit is for you, that love is for you, and that we can move forward in that place of power and love. We can choose to be that change we wish to see. So just remember that there's some great stuff happening. I just wanted to let you know to look out for. And the last, I wanted to just make sure you know that we have the Miracle of Prosperity coming up with Reverend Jim Webb. That's 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday evenings. We have Zoe, who is part of our prayer team, and he's going to be here on Thursdays at noon Mountain Time. And of course, another new show we have is PIP, Practicing Infinite Possibilities with Lindsay Lineback. So just know that we've got some great stuff happening here. And, we are here because of people like you and the generosity. So thank you. Thank you for helping us to raise awareness, to be that power and those change makers in the world. Thank you. So blessings and love to you. Namaste.
On behalf of everyone at New Thought Media Network, thank you for being a member of our virtual family. Your financial contributions help share the New Thought message with people from around the world. Please visit and contribute at www.ntmedia.org/donate. New Thought Media Network. Come be you. And please like, share, and subscribe.